that was the wildest shit that ever happened, because Ari kept going, this isn't your show. This isn't what you do. You guys don't do this normally.
I was going through a crazy year. I was like, I could use the extra $1,000, and I saw my opportunity and I took it.
So let's talk about the year that got you to drink Ari's piss.
Cold open.
Hey guys, big news. We are finally launching a YouTube channel just for the stuff you guys have been asking for. January 1st, I need you to check out the new BBP Clips channel. I'll have my old podcast moments from all my podcasts and Leanne's. It's going to have never before seen footage of me on tour. It's going to feature comics, entertainers, friends that I've talked to, toured with, drank with over the last decade. Click the link in the description to subscribe. Permission to Party kicks up again in 2026. Huntsville, Alabama, January 15th. January 16th, Columbia, South Carolina. The 17th, Charlotte, North Carolina. And Augusta, Georgia, January 18th. Avoid scalpers and go to Bert.com to get your lowest ticket price. All right. Start the podcast with say it.
Hey guys.
Nope. You say I quit.
Bert, I quit. I barely like you, Halston. I've been with you for so long, and I don't think about how much time we spend together. You're almost like people don't think about their pinky toe, and then you lose it, and you lose balance, and then you're like, why can't I dance anymore? And they're like, you don't have a fucking pinky toe, and you're like, God damn it, I look weird in sandals. I've been with you how long? A little over 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
And you're gone. You're done. Tell everyone what you're doing, because I think this is very important.
I am leaving my podcast producing job, and I am going to go to Nashville to be a songwriter and singer, which is what I have been doing this whole time here as well. But, LA doesn't feel like the place for me anymore. Is that focused, Christian?
I'm
Is that focused?
Yeah. Just so we're clear, I should probably say this podcast is changing drastically. We're not going to do as many episodes as we've done. We've done them weekly. Yeah. And by the way, I won't be able to do ads. It's just too much on my plate. And by the way, we're looking for a new podcast producer. Hit me up at, I think, Bertcast at Bert.com if you're into that kind of stuff. But it's going to be hard to replace Halston. So wait, you came out here, down here from Washington State.
Oregon, yeah.
Oregon, same.
Yeah. You're thinking about my wife who came here from Washington State. Yeah.
And to be a singer-songwriter.
Yeah. And music producer and just production in general. And I was not in that business at all. I was delivering pizzas. That's where I started listening to your podcast. Probably 9 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit before that.
Can you see when the first Bertcast was dropped?
I wasn't there for the first one when it was dropped. That was 13 years ago.
Jesus. I've been doing this 13 years.
Yeah, man. In a row.
I know.
Every week
for 13 years. I mean.
That's really commitment. It really is like.
Technically, I'm better than Seinfeld.
It's impressive. It really is impressive. And like the volume of podcasts that you've done has been absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe how much you've done, really. Like
so wait, when did you come down to LA? Like 12 years ago?
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah, so I was delivering pizzas for 2 years. The best thing that came out of that place was my wife. That's where we met.
Wait, you worked at Domino's too?
Yeah.
You're way too pretty to work at Domino's.
I know. I saw her getting interviewed, and like I came in from a delivery, and I was like, who was that blonde chick with the red lipstick? And she didn't come around for like a few weeks. And then I asked the manager, I was like, did you ever hire that one like blonde chick with the red lipstick? Like she was beautiful. And he was like, yeah, she's up in Seattle visiting family, and then she's going to come back down. And I was like, she's from the Pacific Northwest?
Halston's like, I'm in. What kind of music does she like?
Dude, and immediately we were just like hitting it off. And she twisted her ankle when we were supposed to go on a hiking date. And I thought she was trying to blow me off. But it was actually turned out to be real. And then we ended up going on our first date. We went to Volcano. Do you know where Volcano is?
Yes, I do.
It's like
You went to Volcano, yeah.
Asian Fusion.
Yeah, I know.
In Burbank. And we went to a movie. And we had our first date there. Yeah, and that was 10 years ago, or nine years ago.
Wow. And so then one day, you're walking down the street with your wife, your girlfriend at the time, and you hear me yelling at Isla about a baseball.
Well, I was delivering pizzas and I heard you like complaining about needing a podcast producer, needing help with the podcast.
Which you guys will hear a lot of in 2026.
Yeah. It's going to be like one episode every 3 months. It'll take you a while.
It'll take me a while. Yeah. But you know what? Listen, I'm not going to stop the podcast. I'm just going to say I'm doing it on my pace. Yeah. I've already got something burning. I got 2 bears. If we slow down Bertcast because Halston gave up on me, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Just go to his live shows in Nashville and just come up and go, hey, it's because of you we lost Bert. I'm kidding. So wait,
thanks
keep
a lot
going.
for ruining my favorite podcast, man. Just put it all on me. Like, yeah.
No, this is the best thing that's ever happened to you. I think I might be the best thing that ever happened to you.
Second to my wife, yes.
Yes, I'm really close.
You're very close.
You might be the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm second to my wife. Like you look at like managers and agents, and they're all great. But I had something that I believed in, that I loved, that was really difficult for me. And I remember, and you're my first employee ever.
Yeah. Well, I was your only one for like 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. It was me and you, and it was like I would call you. You'd call and be like, "Yo, we got to do ad reads today," and I'd be fucking sitting around my house, and I'd be like, "It's 8:30 at night. I'm gonna call Halston," and you'd walk over, set up the Mancave, come in, get me. I'd bang out ad reads, and then you'd be like, "Great, we're good." And I was like, "God, this is what I'm talking about."
Yeah, back when you only had a few ad reads every week.
Do you remember that? Oh, we got 3 ad reads. You're like,
yeah, 3 quickly.
Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, easy. Yeah. By the way, didn't even need to be on video.
Yeah,
it was just audio only. And then one day we added to the YouTube video. Dude, those Mancave days were so fun. I spent 3 years in the Mancave with you, right behind your back.
I know those Mancave days were like, you know, the podcast has gotten fun and it's gotten big, and I think podcasting has changed in general. You know, and I think you've probably seen that firsthand.
Yeah.
In your knowledge of
being at the forefront of
podcasting. Sure. I mean, really, honestly, when you started, there was
young Jamie.
No, he wasn't there yet.
He was there yet.
No,
he was there.
Wasn't it still Red Band?
No, not when I started with you.
Really?
Jamie had been there for a couple of years.
No.
Well, yeah, I started after you guys did the weight loss challenge.
Yeah.
Shortly after, because that's where I discovered you guys.
God, that is a crazy year in my life. Wait, that's when you started with me as 2000. Wait, when was that? 2015 or 16?
15. I started with you in 2016, but I think the weight loss challenge was 2015.
I don't remember.
What a crazy 10 years it's been for you.
Yeah, it's been pretty wild.
I've just been trying to keep up with you for the last 8 years. It's been insane.
So, in that group of podcasters, like only a few of us had producers. Joe had Jamie.
Yeah.
Tom had Nadav.
Yeah.
Just Nadav.
Yeah.
All he had was Nadav.
Yeah.
Nadav used to go to their house and do it.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was like, he's like, the podcast is going to be down. Or he goes, we got a backlog podcast. I was like, why? He goes, oh, my fucking producer is going to Israel. And I was like, what? He's called Blue Band.
Yeah. I haven't even had to go to Israel either.
Never
in this last 8 years.
Not once.
Yeah.
And so wait, you started in me and the podcast, and out of those podcasts, those early podcasts, I remember there was a period where I was really good, and you would go, that was a good interview.
I'm still doing that to this day, man. For real, I really am. The Snow the Product interview the other day, was fucking amazing. I'm always like blown away because if you look at Snow the Product, she's a Latina female rapper.
Yes.
And I'm like, how is Bert going to get along with her? They are nothing alike in any way. And still you manage to like come together with this person, and you ask so many questions, you learn so much, and like your curiosity is the thing that like makes this podcast successful for real. it's just been so cool to be behind the scenes of all of these. I've learned so much. I mean, yeah, you're still very good at podcasting.
I don't know if I'm that good. I feel like I've talked too much.
You're a little overexposed, maybe.
Yes,
but not like.
I think that's good that we'll take this podcast slower, because I think that'll be better for me.
Yeah,
is like, and just it all everything works. Everything happens for a reason, and I think this is happening for a reason for you. Because I want to know. I'm curious. Like, what did you see? What did you see? I will talk about the podcast a little bit, because I'm curious of like, what are your favorite episodes? What episodes you hated? What episodes you were like, oh, I wish we had never fucking filmed that, or like what episodes you were like, that was like the funnest fucking moment we've ever had. But like, I'm curious, like, what was the decision like for you to decide to leave and to quit? Because this is a secure job.
Yeah.
It's job security. It's like, you as long as you were here, I was going to keep doing it.
Yeah. It was the biggest decision that I've ever had to make, and I did not do it lightly. I've been thinking about it for like a year and a half.
You've had a fucking rough year and a half.
And we'll talk about how this year has been for me, but that was like kind of the catalyst of it. But it started with like me being very unhappy like 3 years ago. In like, my mental health was good, but I was still like, there was something there that I wasn't reaching my full potential. I was just like feeling unhappy. And so I thought that maybe it had to do with like, oh, I haven't been on stage in like 6 years. I took 6 years off from being on stage, and I had never taken that much time off ever in my whole life, since I was 10 years old all the way to 27 years old or something. So 17 years I was constantly on stage. I was a big time theater kid all through high school, and then like that led into bands. I was playing in church bands. I've been singing my ass off for a long time. I've been in metal bands. I've been doing like so much music, and I got very comfortable and complacent in this job, and I was very happy. This job is so fucking fun. You're so fun. You're the best person I'll probably ever work for, and hopefully the last. And
hopefully,
like,
call me up 2 weeks later. Will Compton and Taylor Lewan are cunts. I fucking just started working for them. They're assholes.
Jelly Roll is not who you think he is, man. Seriously. And so I also was like getting a little lower than I should be with how great my life was. Like I had like gotten engaged. I had this long relationship that we had been happily together. I had this amazing job, but there was just this missing piece of like not playing shows and not being up on stage.
And if I'm not mistaken, 3 years ago, were you drinking?
Yes. So that was the other thing.
That's why I can't get him drunk today.
That was the other thing, is like, first thing was first, I needed to get sober. The weed was holding me back.
You used to smoke a lot of weed, and you would never talk about it ever anywhere because you were afraid your dad would find out.
Yeah, I was a closet weed smoker.
But you weren't doing it. I remember you talking about it, and I was like, it doesn't sound like he's doing it to like go play Frisbee. It felt like you were doing it to like medicate. I
was definitely self-medicating, and I didn't know much about my own mental health at the time. I had figured out a lot by the time I got sober, but I was coming home every night and editing away. And then when I was like all done with my work, then it was time to rip it up. And it calmed my brain. It was the perfect, I mean, you know all the benefits of weed and how fucking amazing it is.
I'm about to order a drink from downstairs.
I still love it to this day. I miss that very, very much. I do not miss drinking, but I miss weed a lot. We had a great relationship until we didn't. And it was because I was smoking every night for 6 years in a row. My anxiety started to get triggered by the dumbest, most simple, easy things, like every day, throughout the day. And when I wasn't smoking or anything like that, I was just starting to get so anxious all the time. And that wasn't really me growing up. And so I started getting into therapy, and just talking to a therapist, I just knew right away. I'm like, I gotta quit smoking weed. This is like, it's making me anxious. And what it did is it lowered my anxiety threshold, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And I tried cutting back. I couldn't cut back. I had a hard time because it was connected to my sleep, and then I'm getting anxious about sleep, and then I'm like, melatonin's not working, and I need weed and melatonin, and
Yeah.
And
What's it like going through all this and then coming into work with a boss who's so self-centered, he never asks about you? Because as you say this, I go, I didn't know you were going through that. But it's not, I think, here's the question. I'm self-deprecating because that's comedy. But the truth is, so many people are going through this. So many people listening right now can probably identify with having a dream, working a job and hoping that they can do both, and not achieving, medicating because they feel like they're not doing enough, and they walk into a job where no one gives a fuck. You walk into a job where you walk in and everyone's like, hey, you're late. And you're like, I'm going through shit. I never said, hey, you were late ever. But I'm saying, like, you were dealing with all this, and then you'd walk into work, and then I'd just be like, I'd be like, hey, what's up?
I mean, I had a job to do. It was the best thing for me to keep me focused and not worrying about like anything. I never really had anxiety with you at all. I never had I never had really issues at work at all. It was all just like having to do with sleep or at home or family dynamics or like whatever. And then all of a sudden I started feeling anxious about the most innocuous things, and like just that like that feeling, that visceral feeling.
I live with it.
Over like what am I gonna make for dinner? Like, oh fuck, I have like I don't even think I saw the chicken out, and then it's just spiraling like that, and that doesn't happen anymore now that I'm sober.
So we talk about like what was like getting sober like? Because I very flippantly almost in an HR meeting was like, you have to drink with me tomorrow. And you're like, no, I don't. And I was like, Halston, you're not really sober. Like, you just quit drinking. But I'm curious because I knew you stopped drinking. I knew you stopped partying. I knew you stopped smoking weed. But I didn't know it was how much it was tethered to your mental health.
Yeah, that's and also not like living up to my full potential. Like I wasn't.
That's the thing that sucks.
Motivated, and I recognize that, and I fucking will never let anything hold me back from my full potential. And that was like directly impacting my whole life, my relationship with my fiance at the time, and like I was isolating like crazy, and like the pandemic did not help with that. And I stayed in that isolation for a really long time, way longer than the pandemic lasted. And my anxiety was at an all-time high because of the pandemic too, because I started adding like fear of germs and fear of like public. And then all of a sudden I'm getting anxious about going to the grocery store because being around people. And then I just kind of wrote it off to like, I'm an introvert. I'm not an introvert at all. Like, I'm definitely somebody who can charge their batteries by being alone, and also somebody who can charge their batteries by being around groups of people and friends and like having wonderful conversations. And like, I needed that in my life so badly. And it took me like a year and a half to like straighten myself out in that way.
For real?
Yeah. You guys were the only people I saw for a while at one point.
Yeah.
Like the pandemic, we were doing Zoom podcasts for a year, maybe a year and a half or something.
Jesus. And
it was like a lot of recording, a lot of editing. I was by myself.
What was our first live one with Casey Neistat?
No, the first live ones were outside. It could have been like Todd Glass or Ron and Dave Williamson was around that time, and Rick Glassman. We did outside during those back in-person ones.
Yeah.
And then it was like, Casey Neistat and Taylor Tomlinson. And before we had the set in that old spot, it was just white walls and echoey and.
God, that was a fucking. So wait,
it was really difficult.
Is this when you decided to go vegan too?
No. I went vegan partly because I was a stoner and I was eating too much cookies and like a full plate of cookies every night with my roommate. And like we were eating terrible junk food and I got up to 208 pounds.
Holy cow, what's that feel like? Jesus Christ, Halston.
Dude, that's
my dream weight.
That's 38 pounds more than what I am now.
Well, yeah, I think you could use 38 pounds.
I absolutely could use more weight. It's been this year is why I dropped down to like 170.
Yeah.
Not good.
So wait, let's talk about this year. What happened to you this year? You're not allowed to talk about any of this on Leanne's podcast. Keep going.
Okay.
Because Leanne's a much better boss than I am. She's a much more involved. She wants to know about you. She wants to know, like, I'm pretty much like plug and play. Like I come in, I go, what's up, everybody? I tell you everything going on with me. I'm output only. I'm AC, not DC. Was that right? Something?
Yeah.
I come in, I dump on everyone, I do my job, and then I go, all right, I'm out, guys, take care. And so,
that's how it should be, though. That's how it should be.
I mean, think so too.
Yeah, for real though. Like we're here to like work on your stuff, and like you have a life, and like you need to get this work done. We should be absolutely like boom, boom, boom. Like, but yeah, this.
I only say this because like you had a fucked up year and a half.
Yeah,
like a year and a half.
About a year and a half. Yeah.
At one point, Leanne was telling me about it. I was like, "Are you kidding?"
Yeah, dude.
I go, I would have tapped out. I would have tapped out, gotten a motorcycle, and been like, "Bro, good luck."
I was sober.
Our pills were in the cabinet.
I was sober for like 2 years, or no, I was sober for.
Speaking of sober, someone get me a fucking drink.
I was sober for a year before all this started happening.
I am a good boss. I should really edit that out, or I guess I got to edit it out now. All right, keep it in. I'm going to keep a lot of shit in this podcast. You know that. I'm going to be like, I'm going to get back in trouble of like when I used to put stuff in and they'd be like, you said that. And I'm like, I don't remember saying that.
Your address,
my address. You were there when we got doxxed. Hey, Kyle, for real, I wouldn't mind a drink, and I would like a fun drink. I would like something enjoyable, maybe a Campari Spritz, okay? And if I don't see you up here in 8 minutes, Kyle, we're going to have fucking issues. All right, Halston, you were saying? Oh, by the way.
Set a timer for 8 minutes.
I never set the timer. I have no idea how long we've been going, so we'll just keep going until...
Oh.
Okay.
How long have we been going? 24?
It feels like 4. Keep going.
It really does.
Yeah.
We're so good at talking to each other.
We should have, you know what I should have done early on? I should have had you just be a third mic on the podcast. Early, yeah. When you were in the video with me, when you were not in the booth, you were more interactive. Do you remember when me, you, and Paul and his girlfriend saw them take that stone out of that dude's mouth?
Oh, yeah.
Those were my favorite.
The open tabs.
Open tabs were so fucking fun.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that was so fun.
That was so fucking fun.
You're gonna like do more of those, aren't you?
Now that I'm back into just Bert, I think open tabs will come back. I think I'll do those on the road with comics.
Yeah.
And because there's just easy. And then this will be, like I have a big guest coming out in what you call it, so I just plan around that.
Yeah.
It's like, I just think that the problem is I didn't, and I hope this sounds like a compliment, not like a backhanded compliment, but I didn't plan on having you in my life. And I didn't realize how good you were. I didn't realize how seamless you were. And I didn't realize how needed you were until we started to grow this company. And I was like, I could use like 2 Halstons. Creatine isn't just for muscle building. It has become a daily essential for strength, focus, recovery, aging, and cognitive performance. And now Momentous is making your daily creatine routine even easier with new creatine chews. These bite-sized lemon lime chews make consistency, I think a rat's gotten into ours, consistency effortless. You just chew and go. They're so good. Everyone at the office has been sneaking them. That's why we're almost out of them. Each chew delivers exactly 1 gram of CreaPure creatine monohydrate, the gold standard, single sourced from Germany and NSF certified for sports, which means it's independently tested for purity, safety, and label accuracy. Trusted by Olympic athletes, pro sports teams, and elite military operators. Momentous spent years testing until they created the first chewable that actually meets the Momentous standard, uncompromising science, meticulous sourcing, and real transparency. No artificial sweeteners, no fillers, just science-backed and clinically proven performance in a portable, craveable format. Whether you're training, working, traveling, this is performance without pause, made to support your body and your brain every single day. Get a pack for your parents. Your parents know nothing about creatine. Listen, all of us that are into the podcast world, we've heard about creatine. We know how great this stuff is. Everyone's using it. Get some for your parents this Christmas. Right now, Momentous is offering our listeners up to 35% off your first order with promo code BERT. Go to livemomentous.com and use promo code BERT for up to 35% off your first order. That's livemomentous.com, promo code BERT. Hair loss is not just about hair. It's about the feeling you have when you look in a mirror. God, man, that is so true. I remember the first time I realized I was losing my hair, it was a panic that set its in. If you identify with that, then you're like me and a lot of the guys out there, and you need to check out Hims. Hims helps you take back the confidence with access to simple, personalized care that fits your life. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments that work with ingredients that work, including chews, oral medications, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted, clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil can stop hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. No hidden fees, no surprise costs, just real personalized care on your schedule. I do this every time. It's not a ton of hair, but I'm 53. I started losing my hair 30 years ago, and I still have hair. So if you're in your 20s and you're panicking that you're going to lose your hair and not fall in love, that's what the fear is. I know, I'm going to tell you personally. I was like, what chick's going to want me if I'm bald? I got a hot chick. She's been with me for 21 years, 24 years. She's been with me 24 years. I had more hair when we met, but I still got some. For simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more. I hit the trifecta on that one. Visit hims.com/Bertcast. That's hims.com/Bertcast for your free online visit. Hims.com/Bertcast. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve of or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription is required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information. Kyle, do you remember the first time you met Halston?
Yeah, I think it was a holiday party.
For real?
Yeah.
And what did you say? God damn it, that's what 6'7" looks like?
I was staring up.
5'8". Anyway,
Kyle's 5'8". Kyle's
so
5'8".
but then and now you're at a place where you're like, I couldn't begin to figure out your job.
I couldn't begin to understand this. When I first started with you, I couldn't have imagined this. Like, first of all, podcasts were not television shows like they are now.
Yeah.
I had no television experience or video editing like experience. I think I had iMovie.
I had iMovie too.
When you hired me,
yeah.
I had iMovie.
Yeah, I was doing it in iMovie.
Yeah. And like I had audio engineering experience, and I had I had edited a few music things for myself, but that's kind of about it. And podcasts were just audio, and then you put a camera in the corner and like you just sync the audio with the video. And I was like, I can do that. Easy peasy. And then over time, luckily, it slowly grew bigger and bigger and bigger. And you let me learn all those things on the job. Like, that's amazing. Like, I'm always going to be grateful for you. You hired a pizza delivery guy
I thought, you know how many times I said that?
To produce your podcast.
I kept, someone's like, Halston's amazing. I go, just so we're clear, he's only had one other job. And they're like, what? And I go, pizza delivery guy. And someone's, I want to say it was Rogan, was like, wait, he went from pizza delivery guy to your podcast? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, where did you find him? I said, walking down the street. Literally. He saw me in Island. He goes, wait, Isla? Bert? I go, yeah. He goes, I listen to my podcast. I go, oh, cool. And you're like, just so you know, I'd love to help if you ever need help. And I was like, where do you live? And you're like, right across the street. And I go, that would be cool. And then I think I hired you the next day.
Out of pure convenience. And then we drove to fucking Guitar Center. Yeah. And I was like, what do we need to buy? And you're like, I have no fucking idea. And you're like, mic stands, arms, that like, and we just literally figured it out at Guitar Center with Isla. We went with Isla, and I think we bought Isla guitar or something. Isla was 11. Like we went over there. I knew what mics to get. You didn't have these mics.
I didn't have these mics.
I knew immediately.
I had handheld mics,
which were terrible, obnoxious. Sorry.
They were only terrible because if Joey Diaz was telling a story, his story always started to sound like this. Let me tell you about going to prison. Okay, I come to prison, and the first day I'm there, and then this guy started. Like he would, for a guy who uses a mic professionally. I wish you had been there when Joey and Ralphie did the podcast, and Ralphie fell asleep. That was my favorite. I mean, I am so grateful for this podcast because of all the great experiences I have. Some of the hardest laughs I've ever had.
Yeah,
one of the hardest laughs I've ever had is when we had that guy Jordan.
Oh my! Should we play that? Should we play the clip?
Do we have it?
Yeah. YouTube. Oh, Bert, you're gonna have to YouTube this for us.
But we're done with YouTube on this podcast.
YouTube. Bert Kreischer, the hardest I've ever laughed. Bert, you forgot to sign into YouTube, man. Fuck. What are you doing?
Oh, it's just ads.
Yeah,
dude, I don't even have
the top one. And then we have another clip called The Hardest I've Ever Laughed too, and it's about a different thing.
Wait, let me put headsets on.
Yeah.
This is, hang on, hit pause. Jordan Harbinger. Let me put these underneath. So wait, I got to tell you. So this, Jordan I had met one time. I had met with Zane Lamprey. And I think I was a little contentious with him because he had like a I Can Fix Your Life book or something. And I was busting his balls. And then I listened to his podcast. His podcast is really good. And so I said, dude, I'd love to have you on the podcast. He's really about like kind of optimizing life and really in business and relationships and networking. And
he can really help you.
He really is brilliant. I think he's brilliant. But he had no frame of reference for what he was stepping into.
No.
And Halston and I have been together long enough where Halston knew me pretty well. And I said to Jordan, and you'll see this, I said, hey man, I like, give me a thing I can do to tips. I'm bad with communication.
And texting, yeah.
And texting. So hit play.
Sick video intro. I remember making that.
Oh my.
Pouring beer into the logo.
That's Isla's voice. Give me some lessons. Give me some tips. Give me Jordan 101.
So one thing that I do every day, like around 10 a.m. your time, go into your phone, go to the text app, go all the way to the bottom. This is your worst nightmare, Bert, by the way.
Okay.
But you go all the way to the bottom of your text app, and that's where you...
Is that this
Yeah,
thing?
like messages, yeah. That's where you've got like all those dead conversations that you haven't talked to, people you haven't talked to in like 2 years. Send them a message and be like, hey, I haven't talked to you for a minute. What's going on? And then sign your name. And you'll get updates from people that you never would normally re-engage. Let's see.
10 a.m. every day. I like that. This one's from James. Who's James? Hey, Bert, it's James from, hey, this guy that sold me my gun.
There you go.
Hey, man, just thinking about you. Let's see that. Wait, is that you laughing in the background? What do I say?
Literally, it's so funny.
What do I say?
Literally, the script should be, hey, James, use their name. Otherwise, they think it's a group text. So, hey, James.
Hey, James.
Been a long time.
Dash, been a long time.
What's the latest with you? What's the latest with you? Question mark.
That's fucking so, I can't do that.
It sounds a little too, so what I do is if somebody, let's say they have a baby, they get married, they go on a trip or something else just that's interesting for me. Like if you have a show and I see it on social media,
at this moment.
I'm not just going to click like, I'm not just going to like type a comment. I'll send you a text or I'll send you an email Maybe not you, because I know you'll never answer that text.
No, I'm still thinking of me going, hey, man, somebody guys sold me my gun. I've been thinking about
that did come up.
thinking about you. Oh, the poor guy. He's a fucking arms dealer. And he's hey, buddy. Please don't reply to this. Hey, man, I've been thinking about you. I've been going through some shit. This is why I don't reply to emails. Let's get together. I would love to sit and talk. I'm going through some shit. I need your help. What are you wearing?
I'm imagining some guy like in a mobile home cooking meth and getting this text.
He wrote back, I don't sell guns anymore. I don't sell guns anymore.
I have crystal meth though.
Job. I can't help you. But I've been thinking about you too, Bert. I miss you. What are you doing Friday night? Hey, I added Dave to this thread. He's thinking about you too. I'm fucking sweating. I'm sweating.
All right, that's good. That's
I'm a fucking idiot.
Dude, like moments like that just happen so organically, and it's just, dude, it's so much fun. I mean, that was my work. That was my job.
Oh,
That was my job that I went to, and like I got to do that.
that was when I think I was at my best at podcasting. Like that was when I was like, when I was at my best at podcasting. And I'm not saying like I think I've gotten better in places, and I think I've gotten better at connecting. I have not gotten better at listening. I interrupt a lot, but I don't know what people want out of a podcast. This isn't fucking traditional media.
Incredible.
But this is supposed to be fun and loose. It's like I never did Rogan and was like, I don't feel like I got my say in. I definitely did. I definitely talked over him a lot.
He's a great listener.
Yeah, no shit.
He might be one of the best listeners.
He listens so good it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like that's how good he is at
It
listening.
just makes you keep talking.
He just goes like this. Really? Why would you say that?
Maybe you should start doing that. Just,
Why would you say
can
that?
you imagine?
You got to be cool. You got to be confident in who you are and confident with what you want to say. I'm not.
You also don't like confrontation.
I hate confrontation.
And silence is pretty deafening in that flash flood brain of yours.
I cannot stand silence. It's crazy, but there's people who really can't stand silence. Like I'm not that bad.
I'm not great. I still have to listen to headphones when I go to sleep. I watch Homestead Rescue and pass out with headphones on, listening to construction work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But before we get into your year, let's talk about probably the podcast most people have asked about, but I'm going to have to ask you, how do I get a hold of it? The Ari Shaffir Drugging Me podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where that is.
It's in a vault locked away.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't, so like when you leave, I'm going to have to call you and be like, dude, Ari died. I'm putting this podcast out. That's the day I'm going to put it out, is the day he dies. He might be dead right now. I haven't heard from him fucking 3 months.
That would be a drop. Yeah, we thought about like, do we release it as the last Bertcast episode and then shut it down? Episode 700. I don't. What?
We talked about it for that. I've talked about releasing it. The only reason I never wanted to release it was two reasons. Number one, it was not a great look for Ari.
No.
And I know he's like, just put it out, because Ari doesn't mind the negativity, but it was really negative. And it was like, and I think Ari thinks it's not that bad because he was on drugs and he doesn't remember it.
Yeah, he was on Molly.
Yeah. He doesn't remember the look on my face. And I've seen it. I've watched it with you. And the look when I realized I've been drugged, there's a panic that sets in and a helplessness where you realize friends aren't supposed to do that to friends. And that's the moment that I don't think he quantifies in his head. I think he thinks it'll be funny, it'll get clicks, it'll get views. Where I look at it and I go, it may really fuck up the way even like people like the best. I mean, you know what's crazy is like Ari drugged Big J, and I watched it, and it's not that bad to watch, but it's not it's because there's a lot of people around, and Shane kind of jumps on top of the grenade, and Shane takes acid too. And he's like, buddy, I'm here with you. I'm not going to let you go down. Like, and they kind of make it communal. They all take acid. But I talked to Big J the day after it happened. I talked to Tommy the day after he was drugged by Joey. We all have a very common response. And it's not like it takes a while for you to find it funny, you know?
I personally, it took a beat for me to realize how fucked up it was. I realized it when I told my wife about it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, Ari dosed Bert's shot with Molly and he was on ecstasy for like 4 hours. We did this podcast. It was pretty funny. And then she was like, that's fucked up. And I was like, you don't get it. You're a girl.
Yeah. Women really responded negatively to it.
But context does matter. You were in your own backyard with your small children at the time in the house. Your wife was there. You're on medication that he didn't talk to you about first. He didn't say, hey, is this going to counteract with blood pressure medicine? Do you have a flight tonight? Because you did. And like, yeah, that it was not as cool as I initially thought that it was. As a producer, I was like, this episode is going to be huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
I edited it right away. I was up like all night. It was like a 4.5 hour, 5 hour podcast or something like that. And it was a beautiful, full episode. It was
beautiful.
I mean, it had
beautiful.
all the beats of like this big thing happening. You're like,
first of all, we were doing, before he drugged me, for like 45 minutes, we were doing a hysterical podcast. Like it was so funny, the two of us. And honestly, I don't, I know that our fans have polarized somewhat, meaning like the diehard Ari fans, I think, if I'm not mistaken, from what Ari shared with me, hate me. They hate my guts. They he just told me that one night. And he's like, dude, fucking people hate you. And I was like, what? He was like, my fans fucking hate you. How'd you he goes, I thought you were great on my travel show, but God damn it, the comments are horrible. I was like, cool, Ari. I go, I didn't need to know any of that. And he was like, oh, does that bother you still? And I was like, yeah, it still bothers me. He goes, oh, I'm past it. I don't care. He's like, they're fucking idiots. They're fucking idiots. That's a great goddamn episode. And I was like, yeah, I thought it was a great episode. But so I think his fans just look at me as like a weak person for not loving getting drugged or appreciating the comedy in it.
They just want to see the episode and they're just angry about not being able to see the episode.
Well,
and
I'd rather lose them.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't need that in my life. And by the way, Ari and I are still close. And so what I'm looking at is like, nothing really matters. I don't care what the outside looking in thinks about my life. What matters to me is my actual life. Mm-hmm. And Ari and I get along. Like, it's like I think sometimes people misunderstand it because he does do this, like, him on a podcast is not him. That's the truth. Yeah. And I hope Ari doesn't get upset that I say that. I hope he appreciates that.
The shocker is that he is such a great guy. He's so nice.
The shocker is he is the sweetest, most caring, thoughtful, most loving, thoughtful. I mean, he is like
very loving.
One of my favorite fucking human beings. And then you put a mic in front of him, or if you get an audience in front of him, he does do wild shit. He does wild shit. Mm-hmm. And he's, but he is like, you know him the way totally the way I know him, but you know him enough where you go, he's the fucking best.
Part of him has been inside of me.
Yeah. That's an episode I bet Brooke wishes we never filmed, huh?
Another phone call where I was like, guess what? This is awesome. I got $1,000. And she's like, my parents are going to see this. Your future children are going to see this.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And I'm like, okay, I'll blur my face.
Oh, that was the wildest shit that ever happened, because Ari kept going, this isn't your show. This isn't what you do. You guys don't do this normally.
I was going through a crazy year. I was like, I could use the extra $1,000, and I saw my opportunity and I took it.
So let's talk about the year that got you to drink Ari's piss.
Cold open. Oh, fuck.
So I'll do the broad strokes. Your mom moves in with you.
My mom was in with me 2.5 years ago. We are freshly married. We just got married 4 weeks.
You married your mom? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
My wife and I got married in Mexico, and had the best honeymoon, had the best wedding ever. It was absolutely incredible. Perfect weather, perfect day. Everything went perfect. Everybody behaved. It was like picturesque. It was the best fucking day of my life. And then like a month later, by the way, we had a roommate this whole time. Like our whole relationship, we had a roommate. So we'd never lived on our own before. So we had like 4 weeks, and then my mom moved in with us. She didn't have a place anymore, and we needed to take her in. And then
how did that happen?
Huh?
How did that happen?
She just couldn't like afford her own place at a certain point. She had a roommate that had to go into a nursing home, and then she kind of lost that apartment, and then she was like living in a trailer in front of her dad's in cold Oregon with like barely any heat, and she was like really, really struggling. And then another like housing situation fell through in Wisconsin, and she was just like bouncing around so much. She was really, really struggling and just like not in a good place. And so we were like, you can come live with us, and we got, a nice secure place for you. And she was able to like get better, like mentally also over the last 2.5 years.
Does your mom struggle with mental stuff?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, big time.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Like
where I get it from. Yeah, that's where I get it from for sure.
Really?
We have close to the same brain. I've done probably a lot more like professional work than she has, but she has done quite a bit of work over this last few years, luckily, and it's really, really helped. But yeah, about a year and a half into her living with us, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. And so that started a 1.5 year long process of doctor's appointments nonstop. And I'm taking her to every single one, a lot of emotional support, and just the pure volume of doctor's appointments, and like figuring out insurance and all these fucking phone calls. And I'm like,
you're the only one doing this.
Yeah. I'm editing thumbnails and like on hold with insurance companies or like oncologists. And I had to try to figure out, I didn't know what an oncologist was. I didn't know what cancer doctors were. I didn't know that there was a difference between the cancer doctor, the surgeon, the reconstruction surgeon, all this stuff, and like kind of learning on the fly. And like, and I'm very proud of myself for how I handled all that pressure and stress.
You killed it.
I fucking killed it.
Yeah, because she's still alive.
She's still alive. Yeah.
And she wasn't supposed to be. Let's just be very clear.
She hadn't gone to a doctor.
Shit. Like, I remember I hear stories third hand, and they're like, it was clear she had cancer. And she was like, I'm good. And Halston's like, no, I think we need to go in and take care of this.
No, it was like, she hadn't gotten any sort of mammograms or anything like that in over a decade. And she was 59 at the time. And like, I had set up her health insurance, and they were kind of like bugging me about a checkup with her. And I was like, all right, I'm going to schedule this thing. She hates doctors. So she doesn't trust them. She hates them.
I have a friend who's the same way, but with black people. Keep going.
Yeah. Kyle. And so it's not easy to get her to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And she knew that she had a lump, but she didn't tell anybody.
That, by the way, that I got to be honest with you, that's kind of relatable.
To you, for sure.
I have, for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had this thing on top of my head for a very long time, and it was a lump, and it was on top of my head, and I was like, it's fine, it'll go away, I'm gonna pop it, don't pop it too hard. And then one day I was like, I gotta go to the doctor, and I showed the doctor, and they were like, oh yeah, it's a cyst. I was like, am I dying? And they're like, no, and they just pulled it out, and I was like, can't believe all the fucking months I took stressing about this.
Yeah.
And then they just take it off, and you're like, fine. But your mom wasn't, and she knew about it.
She avoids the doctor like you do.
I go to the doctor every fucking 6 months, but I just throw temper tantrums about it.
I know. And you reschedule a lot.
Yes, I do. Listen, we don't need everyone to know my truths, okay? I'm about to reschedule this January doctor appointment. I just figure if I text with him enough, he'll be like, he's fine. He's
He's being kind of annoying. I don't even want to see him.
I got to see if I can do oral minoxidil. Keep going.
Oh, nice. Are you going to get a hair transplant?
I've been thinking about it. Here's the thing. I think if I lose my hair, I might work more in Hollywood because now that I think I'm going to get off Manjaro and lose my hair and get ugly and facts. I think that's going to be a real castable role in the future. Everyone's attractive these days. By the way, you can't lose weight regularly. People just assume you're on Manjaro anyway. So what the fuck is anyone not doing Ozempic for? But I want the hair I have right now a little thicker here and fuller in the back. But I don't, I've seen a lot of very famous dudes with hair transplants. You can always tell.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the only person I can't tell. The best hair transplants I've ever seen is Joel McHale. His hair transplants fucking flawless.
Dan Soder's pretty good.
Dan Soder wasn't really losing his fucking hair. He just was obsessive about it because he smokes too much weed. His hair looks great. Steve Burns looks fucking incredible too. Steve Burns just got it done.
Mateo Lane, I think he's going back in again.
He goes, yeah, but I think it's addictive. And it's like tattoos.
Right.
The second you get it once, you're like, I can keep going thicker, and you keep losing your hair.
My hair, when I first started 8 years ago, was so thick, and I had a perfect hairline.
Yeah.
And it is so thin. It is like the top it's going. I'm 34 now. I'm like, I don't know. I was on Rogaine for a while because
I feel like when you told me you gained 30 pounds, I was like, you're 208? That's crazy.
It's going, dude. My hair was so thick and luscious.
You did have fucking pretty great hair.
I was part of my identity.
Was it really?
Yeah, dude. Great hair was nice to have. And I have good hair now, but now I'm just a good hair guy.
Yeah.
So
now you're just the
guy
guy with a hotter wife than him.
I know. The more bald I get, the more hot she gets.
It fucking sucks for her to watch you age like this.
I know. She's 5 years younger than me. She's just gonna stay young.
So wait, let's go back to your mom. So what was Brooke like during Brooklyn is right over there, by the way, the whole time she's been sitting right there. But how was she dealing with your mom? Your mom's mental health must have been sideways.
Yeah.
You're newly sober.
Yeah.
Not newly, but you're holding on by a thread.
Like
You've got
year,
mental health issues.
A year sober, yeah.
And
well, I actually just stopped drinking when she moved in, and that was kind of part of it. I had a moment where I was like, oh, I don't want my mom to know how much I've been drinking lately, because I was drinking a lot for the year before I stopped drinking.
Yeah,
I was drinking a lot, and having a really good time, and it was very, very fun. And it was like a party time. It wasn't like a dark thing. I wasn't doing it alone. I wasn't doing it to cope. I was genuinely celebrating. Like each year kept getting better and better for me, and I was genuinely celebrating. And then we had all these like engagement things and wedding stuff. And like, I really wanted to have a good alcohol tolerance by the time I got to my wedding. And so I could drink my head off and just drink the entire honeymoon. And like, that was like the dream. And I achieved that dream.
Nice.
Yeah. It was awesome. But after that, I was not slowing down. And then I was like, I remember my mom moved in and I had a thought that I didn't want her to know how much I had been drinking.
That's crazy, Halston.
And then I was like, I think I need to stop drinking, because I just had that thought of like, I need to hide this from my mom.
Oh,
Even though she wouldn't care. But still.
it'd be a ballsy move for her to move in with you and be like, you got to slow down your drinking. You're like, you want to go back to the cabin in front of Pawpaw's.
Yeah, man. And so I stopped drinking, and it wasn't that big of a deal. Drinking wasn't really an issue for me. But I had never been sober before fully, because when I stopped drinking, when I stopped weed, I picked up drinking. Like, first it started every once in a while, and then it picked up to every weekend, and then it picked up to almost every night again. And then, so I think I got that in me. I got that like addict shit that.
You don't have the addict shit.
I do.
I feel like I just want you to know, like, you're not, like, I know addicts. You're not one of them, but I think what you have is bad habits. I think you lean into your bad habits, and but because you are very strict with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Your diet, number one, you eat pretty much the same thing every single fucking day.
Yeah.
You don't smoke weed, you don't drink. You did smoke weed, you did drink, but even still, you always showed up on time. You never seemed unpleasant. You never had a bad attitude. You never showed up high or drunk, or never, even when I think I tried to get you to drink, you'd always be like, I'm working.
Yeah.
I mean, I only say that because as you move out to Nashville, and we should have said this earlier, but you are moving to Nashville. And I'm only saying that so that everyone knows in Nashville, when you see Halston, give him love. And when you see him doing a live show, when he posts it and you're in Nashville, stop by and support him. Well, we're going to talk more about Nashville in a second. But I only say that because I don't want you to set yourself up for failure. And I say that to the both of you, is you're about to start a brand new life. This is the best fucking thing that's ever happened to you. I said this to Kyle today. I was explaining to Kyle about the salad days. Salad days are, right now I'm in the main course of life, right? My meal just got here. Actually, I'm halfway through my meal, and I love it. I look back at what I ordered and all the stuff I had, the entree, the first course, the second course, I'm on the third course. But I look back and I go, the salad days were the best. It's when I decided to meet Leanne. I decided I was going to find Leanne. I lost weight. I went to spin class twice a day. If not twice a day, I went once and then hiked. I ate clean. And I remember things smelled different and they felt different. And that change that you get in life is an awakening. And I'm jealous that you guys are going to go to Nashville at a beautiful time in Nashville in the winter, and then experience the spring, and then experience a fall where the leaves change. Nashville's fucking gorgeous. And it's filled with cool, like-minded people. And you're going down there with a wild skill set of, if anyone needs help doing their podcast, you can plug in and play. I'm not saying that you should go in and start doing this there, only because I think it would pause you on your dream. Mm-hmm. But you're about to enter into a big group of people that are going to be wild and fun. And all I'm saying is, remember who you are, but also remember, as someone who's worked with you for 8 years, you're a dialed in motherfucker. You're not going to lose the house to a couple beers with fucking, I don't think anyone drinks down there now that I know, but like fucking.
No, but that's because I recognize and I stop it before it gets to that point.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying, as your life changes and you go down there, be open. Know that you got your shit in. Stay who you are, but be open to a couple fucking slips and a couple things that because it may open a door, and it's part of that business. Is wow. I'm not saying doing coke off a fucking bathroom urinal, but I'm saying, if a joint gets passed around in a writer's session and you feel like maybe this would help in the moment, I would allow yourself those liberties, because knowing you're not an addict. You're not, I think you've got your shit together, and I think you're going down there with purpose and drive, which are so important.
And a skill set. And now, I mean, I've been working on like my music producing for 10 years now. Ever since I got to LA, that's what I been really, really focusing on. And I just got to the point 2 years ago where I can release my own music now. Yeah. And it's been fucking awesome.
I mean, it seems like that's what's happening anyway. Yeah. Like, I think Ernest just created his own studio and started releasing his own artists.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like,
it's so cool.
And you look at like Snow, the product, who was in here the other day. Mm-hmm. She is all independent.
I've been watching her career for a long time.
Yeah. And you think to yourself, like, I mean, I think, and I'm curious to know exactly how the thought process went into like, yo, it's Nashville. Like, did you guys sit down? Was she saying like, what are we doing? I want to know how that went down, because it's tough to leave a job that's not going anywhere to pursue a dream.
And LA in general, because I mean, the weather's amazing. Like we're comfortable here. We know everything about it. It's like, I love LA.
LA fucking rocks.
It really does rock.
Everyone shits on LA, and I shit on LA at times too, just because it's easy to do. But like, LA fucking rocks.
It rocks. I mean, it's not super easy to live here, especially if you're struggling, but like, it's amazing. I've never lived anywhere for 10 years in my entire life. I had no like home base growing up at all. We were a military family. And so LA has been the longest home that I've ever had. And like, I'm really, really going to miss LA a lot. But like, we need something different. We need a different change of pace. We need like more nature, like that's easier to access. We need like quieter places, and like a place where I can really write, and like a place where I can really rest. I don't feel like I can rest here.
Well, yeah, first of all, you're working like fucking 60 hours, 70 hours a week.
I work like 40 hours, maybe a little more, but
okay, whatever. I would have just taken the compliment.
I used to work that much.
To work more.
Yeah. And then when we hired more people, I can just be a regular full-timer.
But
no, my wife.
How did Nashville? I'm curious if I've always been curious.
It's kind of your fault.
What?
It's kind of your fault.
Why?
We had a live wife of the party there, and I visited it for the first time ever.
Oh.
And I was not even thinking about moving at the time at all. And we did a live wife of the party there at Zany's, and we stayed a night or two there. And I was looking around like, this is clean. The people are so fucking nice.
Yeah.
The traffic isn't that bad at all. It's like the downtown, like where we were staying, it was really cool. There's recording studios in the hotels. There's like, everywhere is a recording studio. Everywhere is music centered, and there's musicians everywhere. And I was like, this feels better to me than LA. And it feels like maybe I want to come back here again. And then like one of my best friend, Bryson, he moved there. Our other friend group, Dawson, who was your graphic designer for a while, he moved there. And I'm like, my closest friends are moving to Nashville.
Dude, I met that guy.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think I saw him in Nashville. And he's like, I was your graphic designer. And I was like, cool. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was like, he goes, I know Halston. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, dude. And so like, we had just gotten to talking about it. And eventually when our friends moved there, we were like, it started to become a thing. And at the same time, I was getting back on stage for the first time in 6 years. And I was really rusty.
Really?
And I had this new thing called stage fright that I had never dealt with in my whole life. I was always very confident on stage. And
now you're overweight, bald, and sober.
I hadn't gone on stage in 6 years, but I was singing my ass off still, and like writing my ass off. And like, I was getting better at that, and I was learning how to produce, and I was learning how to record myself, and I was learning all this stuff. And I kind of had this new voice. I had this new vocal range that I had been working on a lot, and I was writing songs that were hard to sing. And that's what I want to do. I want to sing songs like Shinedown sing songs, and like just big, belty, powerful rock songs that are like acoustic or more chill instrumentals with this just beautiful, powerful, big range voice. And I've always wanted to be that. And I never was until a few years ago. And I started to really have the voice that I wanted. And I was very nervous because my voice would crack when it would get high. My voice would, I needed a lot of more training to get to the place where I am now. And it took like 2 years. And
really,
yeah. When we had Shinedown on a couple of years ago, maybe it was a year and a half at this point, I had just released my first song called Let Me Be Lonely. And we talked about it then. Brent actually shared it because we talked about it.
Those guys are pretty legit.
Dude, they're the nicest people. I knew them a little bit before, but I wouldn't consider myself friends with them. And now I feel like I'm legit friends with them. I went to their forum show and they gave so much love. And I told Brent that I was heading to Nashville, and he was like, dude, please text me when you get there. Like, I know so many people there, and like, you're a great songwriter. And he was like, I can connect you with so many different people. So like, let me know when you get there. And for
I was wondering,
my favorite songwriter to tell me that I'm a great songwriter, I've been riding that high for months.
I was wondering how much events like that affected you. It's because I was like, at one point, I realized, I was like, I'm bringing in guys that are doing what Halston wants to do, and he's watching them do what he wants to do. At a certain point, this is going to break him. I literally said that. So I was like, at a certain point, he's going to be like,
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. It's really like watching people fuck your wife,
dude.
Not that came out weird. I apologize. She's in the room.
100%. It gave me this drive though, like to just continue what I was doing, and it was very difficult to record my own songs and like release them myself and figure out all of that. There's a lot of like the graphic stuff, the promo stuff, the recordings. There's a lot to do, and like. It's very similar to what I'm doing here at work all day, and to go home and continue doing that for like 4 or 5 more hours after work is like really hard to do.
Yeah.
But
it's hard. I mean, in all honesty, it's hard for me not to make this about me, but that's kind of what I do. It's hard for me to do this and then try to write a joke.
Yeah.
And I have to be gone on the road to write jokes, and I have to live on the road. I wrote the best fucking joke yesterday. I wrote the best fucking joke. I can't tell yet because it's pretty racist.
Because you're not going to edit this podcast.
I'm not going to edit this out, and I want to put it in my special.
Yeah, man. That was actually, it was a part of it. And I don't have like crazy desires to be like a rock star or whatever. I just want to be a working musician, and I want to tour, and I want to sing for a living. I want to songwrite for a living, and producing is going to be wrapped up into that too. And I know how to do that. I know how to attain it. And it's just a matter of like going to fucking go get it. I know enough people now. I'm not talking about people like on Shinedown's level. I'm talking about just songwriters in general. I've made my way through that world, started from the absolute bottom, and now I'm ready to take it to the next level now. But I can't do that if I'm working here. And if I'm like, I'm stuck in golden handcuffs here a little bit because I love it so much. I'm very passionate about podcasts. I'm very passionate about your podcast. I feel very, very connected to all of these shows and everything we've done over the last 8 years. And it's really hard to leave. And it's really like I'll definitely be leaving a piece of me behind because I've poured my heart and soul into these shows, into like making these shows as good as they can possibly be, and like getting my skills to like as strong and as sharp as they possibly can be. But I need to go play shows. And I just can't do that if I have this job. I'm deeply, deeply tired because we are week to week, every single week. And it's like a never ending sort of thing, which I am totally cool with. I've loved to be working that way. I don't mind it at all. I've been able to maintain it for over 8 years now. Sometimes I like dipped and went up with like my burnout level, but like I figured it out. I figured out how to do week to week, and like I love it. I'd rather be doing this over delivering pizzas any day. And that's what I think about every single week. But yeah, I gotta pursue this thing. I'm 34 now. I'm like ready. I feel very ready to start from the bottom in the songwriting world and like become successful at that. I know that I can.
Do you think you'll have a hard time Because you're always been a little bit of like a rock guy. Do you think you'll have a hard time transitioning or trying to write more country or more? Because that's what sells so hot in Nashville right now.
I don't know what I'm going to be doing exactly.
But I think there's also this weird thing, like when you look at like Hardy, who really is like genre splitting.
Yeah, dude.
In my opinion.
I look at him and Steven Wilson Jr. and like their voices are very like Alice in Chainsy, very like Chris Cornell-y. And I think it's really cool. And
so like, listen, when bread was out, people stopped eating sandwiches and started eating wraps. So like, that's what I think what happens with music is like rock was out and that was bread. No one had these big ciabatta sandwiches anymore. They started going with wraps or lettuce wrap. And I think that's what country is skinnied down just, and you know, it's like, I kept thinking, I'm having so many country music artists on because it's just in my wheelhouse. It's what I'm finding that is good right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I haven't listened to any new hip hop other than Snow. I haven't listened to any new hip hop, really. I mean, it's like even like someone like Teddy Swims, who's so talented, he still has a little bit of like, he's a little bit like Jelly and like, and you know, and I think, you know, Jelly was my real introduction to that group set.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do you like if you need help writing country songs, I got a few titles.
I know.
Meow Me Ma.
Mm-hmm. Mississippi Looking.
Yeah, about a hot. Have you heard about that one? It's popular. I came up with it. It's called Meow Me Ma. It's about a hot grandmother. Yeah, Meow Me Ma. And Meow Me Ma. That's the and it goes and like Meow Me Ma.
Yeah,
and then I've got Mississippi Lickin'. It's about eating ass, but it's really about eating ass, but you think it's about getting spanked as a kid, but then you realize they're eating ass.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of these real hot titles.
Yeah. Well, one of the main things that I'm told is to come into writing sessions with titles. So
okay,
you've come into a lot of sessions with titles.
Yeah, where are my sunglasses?
Tito's and Speedos.
Tito's and Speedos.
What? Leanne.
But no, I think this is the best thing that could ever happen for you. So are you putting a time, like you hear Ashton Kutcher goes, I gave myself 3 months. Luckily, I booked something on the first week.
Yeah.
And it was that 70s show. How crazy is that?
Well, now my hair is thinning. I'm no Ashton Kutcher, but I'm not giving myself a timeline at all.
Good.
Of course not.
Good.
I don't give a fuck how long it takes. I've learned so much from you. I'm going to build my shit the way I want to do it. And it's going to take me maybe 10 years, maybe less.
Yeah.
But like, I don't care. I think that I'm ready to just start it at least and put my everything into it. And it doesn't matter how long it takes because that's what I want to do. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to figure out how to make a living at it. And like that community over there really wants to help people.
Yeah.
The amount of love and support that I've gotten since I've been talking about moving there, so many people have hooked me up with songwriters over there already. I have like 10 sessions lined up by the time I get there because people are eager to help over there, and it's a collaborating environment. And I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Yeah. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. The holidays are a time of tradition. Some people have many in their family and some have none or just starting to begin their own. Now is the time to reflect on what they mean to you or to rewrite those traditions and make them your own, like perfecting a new hot chocolate recipe and then putting it in jars with your kids, or continuing to make your aunt's sweet potato pie. Incorporating therapy into your new and existing traditions can help ensure that you take time for yourself during what can be a very joyful yet stressful and hectic and sometimes lonely part of the year for some of us. Listen, right now you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, Christmas is lonely? Absolutely. If you don't have someone to go to, or if you're working on the holidays, like the big guy, I'm working Christmas Day. Christmas can be rough. Christmas, even a hotel room, can feel pretty isolating. That's why Leanne and I are in couples therapy, and we talked about this. And I've talked about tools I can use when I'm alone and my family's in LA, all having a great Christmas. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally, and it works. With an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. BetterHelp's therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. This December, start a new tradition by taking care of you. Our listeners get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Bert. That's betterhelp.com/Bert. Are you going to buy a pickup truck?
No.
Are you going to buy a cowboy hat?
No.
Should we get Kyle to costume you?
No.
To like have him dress you for Nashville? Are you going to stay the same person you are right now?
Yeah.
Can I tell you why I think that's the best thing? I understand. I do understand people wanting to put on an outfit to signify that they are a thing. I get that. And then I understand people wearing certain things because they are a thing. I understand all of it. But one of the coolest things I ever saw was Sturgill Simpson, and he was at Red Rocks, and everyone was cosplaying cowboy. I mean, everyone was like, it looked like a bachelorette party in Nashville. Everyone had cowboy boots on and a duster, and it was like crazy. I wore, I think I just wore sneakers, and I do the same thing every time I go to a show. By the way, I'd like to put this out there. It's one of my favorite things about going to a show. This is my favorite thing. I want you to footnote this and realize this is how you should go to every show. Underdress and buy a hoodie there. My favorite thing. I bought a Sturgill Simpson hoodie there. This is another bad Bert behavior, but I cut the line because
you're famous.
No. Well, yes, that was why. But I said I'll buy whoever buys me a sweatshirt, I'll pay for your whole thing. And They went, okay, come on in. And I said, just get me an extra large sweatshirt. And the guy goes, extra large? I go, double XL. And then I paid for him and his whole group just so I get a sweatshirt. I didn't realize what a dick move it is. The guy in the back's like, I guess no, I don't get a fucking sweatshirt because you got fucking skipped the line. And I was like, sorry. I was like, I'm playing here in 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love what you do with your money. It's been really fun to watch you like make more money.
I think I'm probably one of the funner rich guys.
Dude, the most fun I've ever seen. It is the best. There's nobody else in the world that should have made money other than you.
How's your mom doing now?
She's doing great. Yeah. She just moved into my sister's last week. Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Yeah. So go back to her first appointment. A year and a half ago, she went in to get a mammogram for the first time after like 10 years. She's been avoiding these things. She doesn't believe in them.
Every time I hear the word mammogram, I think of a male stripper business called Manograms. And I go, I bet that would be confused so many times. They're like, hey, oh, sorry, your breasts are out. That you called the wrong one. Keep going.
So she got her mammogram and they found a spot. And they're like, we're going to have to biopsy this. And that was the beginning of just the craziness. And I was hoping that it was going to be nothing. And I was like, did you know you had a lump? And she was like, yeah, I had found it, a few months before. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And so they biopsied, it came back positive, stage 1. And then it was doctor's appointments after doctor's appointments. And then like, she didn't want to do chemo or radiation or anything like that. And so it was a long process of like getting to just a surgeon to do a mastectomy. And then when they were doing the first mastectomy, then they found cancer in the other breast too.
They call that a twofer.
A twofer, yeah. She definitely had a twofer. So the first surgery, sorry, let me go back. It had taken like 6 months to get like the surgery scheduled and happening. And like,
it seems long.
It was a really long time. And we had insurance issues. We had like, there was a lot of issues. I did things out of order because I didn't know what order to do things in.
You never had a mom with breast cancer before?
No.
I wonder how many people get cancer and just to go, how does this work? Because you're dealing with the stress, the anxiety, the I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to go have a drink tonight. Fuck this.
Yeah.
This sucks. And then you're like,
she has anxiety about doctor's appointments, phone calls, scheduling things. So I took that over. I didn't want her to worry about logistics for 1 second, because I wanted her to just focus on resting and relaxing and not stressing out, because the stress would make it grow faster.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for sure. Stress is like a terrible thing for your body. And when you have cancer already, it grows very fast.
Kyle, get me another drink.
When you have cancer, it grows very fast, the more stressed and unhealthy you are. So we're dealing with all of that. We're like a month or two away from her surgery. It's now gone to stage 2 in this time period.
Yeah.
And then my dad calls me and he said,
oh shit, I forgot about this.
And then he said, I got diagnosed with lung cancer.
Yeah.
And I fell apart. That was like my max. I was like, I was here, and then I just like,
I remember that.
Stood up, and I was kind of white, and I looked at Christian, and I was like, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I couldn't say the words. I was like, I need a hug, and I was like, my dad got diagnosed with cancer, and I got that out that time, and then I was like, I need to leave. I can't be here anymore.
Was I here?
No.
Okay.
No. But Leanne was here. And
I remember one time you were dealing with your mom's cancer. I go, where the fuck is he going? And they're like, his mom's got to dig in a double sexy. And I was like, oh yeah. Fuck, my bad.
Where the fuck is he going?
I was like, because you would leave.
Surgeon.
You would leave to talk to doctors.
Yeah.
You'd be in the middle of a podcast and you'd walk out. They go, where the fuck's he going? They're like, it's not. I don't think I'm self-centered. I think I'm just not tapped in.
You didn't know what I was doing. I didn't want to bother you with this either. Like you have. This is a comedy podcast. You have to be in a good, fun mood. If I'm like, hey, buddy, before we start this podcast with my mom's cancer,
yeah,
this very sad thing that I'm going through, I'm going to have to leave. Is that okay with you? No, I'm just going to go. I'm not going to bother you with it.
I appreciate that.
Of course. And so I go downstairs and I couldn't like tell Leanne. I was just like so choked up, and my dad fucked me up worse than my mom's diagnosis for some reason, because lung cancer scared me way worse than breast cancer.
Really?
Yeah, because breast cancer, you can take care of that as long as it's not too late.
Lung cancer is tough.
Lung cancer was very scary.
Yeah.
But Leanne had a grandfather that went through that, and she was like, he's going to be fine. Like my grandpa had...
Who the fuck is walking around in goddamn clogs in this house?
Leanne.
Oh, sorry. Hey, Leanne. She's got the boniest heels in the world. And when she walks in our house, you hear little fucking stone heels just slam, 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 slam.
Oh my God.
And then she puts clogs on, and you're like, she's been wearing clogs? And this morning she was upstairs cleaning George's room in clogs. And I go, why don't you get water skis? Wear water skis around. Wear water skis and a fucking bell around your neck.
Be quieter.
So you're talking about breast cancer?
And so my dad was diagnosed with stage 1A lung cancer. And then they had their...
Is it stage 1A or stage 1A?
Stage 1A. It was an Italian doctor.
Hey.
And
it was a Canadian doctor, would have been like stage 1A.
Stage 1A. And
the comedy doesn't stop here, guys. The Bertcast. Keep going, Halston.
And then their surgeries got scheduled like a week apart. So I had like my mom's first major surgery, and then my dad's was the next week. And it was just like, I don't think you could go through more stress than that.
Yeah.
And we have to take care of my mom. Like, she's here. We had my sister and my grandma fly down. Also, they helped. So many people helped. I mean, we put up a GoFundMe, and like she was taken care of with her food and like any other like care bills that we had that popped up, and like it was incredible. Everybody here dropped off food or like got us DoorDash gift cards. And it was like
Everyone here?
Yeah.
And I remember I did something, right?
For sure. Yeah. So much.
I was probably on the road, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Did I do something? I feel like I did something one time.
I mean,
Leanne make a lasagna?
whatever Leanne does.
Leanne made lasagna?
Yeah.
No, I actually made that fucking lasagna.
You made lasagna?
No, I made that fucking lasagna and she took credit for it, but keep going.
It was her recipe.
Did you hear old fucking Clogfoot down there?
But yeah, and then my dad's surgery took a really long time to recover. He's still recovering from this surgery.
Did your dad smoke?
No, it was from the military, being overseas, the Middle East, airplane hangars and oil, gas places.
That's how Segura's dad died.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think his was, I want to, I don't know. I don't know. But it was, I think it was lung cancer. I think it was like through the military.
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing. And it was very scary to me because that's all I had kind of known was that, like, if it's really intense, like, I mean, your lungs, like the surgery on your lung, like when my dad went under, you're just holding your breath for that whole fucking day. Literally. So was he, via a machine. And it was very, very, very scary to just have your parent have like 25% of their lung taken out. And then they biopsied that and it came back negative. So that was like incredible.
Yeah.
So he's totally in remission as well.
Oh, good.
And
both your parents are good.
Both of my parents are currently in remission. Yeah.
You're definitely getting cancer.
I'm definitely.
You're 100%. No, good thing you're vegan and you don't drink or do drugs.
I haven't been vegan in years.
The fuck have you ever heard, and I'm talking to Halston's beautiful wife. Have you ever heard the AJ's Tacos chorizo story? Halston, we go with the Are You Garbage guys.
Yeah. Who know food.
Who know food wildly. I think my cousin Andrew went.
Uh-huh.
I think Pete went.
I think so.
And we all go, I tell them, guys, you got to have the best breakfast tacos in all of Los Angeles. And they're like, well, I trust you. And Halston goes, are you taking him to AJ's? I go, yeah. He goes, it's fucking the best. So we get there and they're like, all right, what are you going to get? I go, well, Halston's boring. He's vegan. And he goes, but they're still good. You should try them. And he goes, I'm going to get the chorizo breakfast taco. And fucking Foley goes, chorizo? And Halston goes, it's vegan. And he goes, no? And he goes, no, it is. And he goes, I think you're thinking of soy rizo. And Halston goes, fuck. And they go, guess you're not vegan, huh, buddy? He goes, God, I guess I'm not. Oh, shit. I've been eating these for a while.
I didn't know what chorizo was.
It made us laugh. He's like, it tastes so good. You can taste the blood in the pig almost. There's been a fucking few Halston moments that like the funniest was, and I can't remember what we were making fun of you about, but we were making fun of you about something. And Halston had enough of it. And he went, ha ha, yeah, real funny. It's over now, guys. Okay. And we were like, oh shit. It's, this house is a bully house.
Yeah, I love it.
This is a bully house. And the best is that the women bully harder than the men.
Yeah.
Like when we found out that Kyle grew up in Pennsylvania, that moment in this house was my favorite moment. I've never seen 7 women jump on a man, a WNBA when the ref doesn't call a good foul. Mm-hmm. They fucking attacked him. And it was my favorite.
He had it coming. He's been saying he's from Baltimore for years. Like it's his identity.
It's his identity. He's a Ravens fan. He grew up on the mean street, quote unquote.
The mean streets
of Baltimore.
Yeah. And then we find out
he grew up in Pennsylvania.
Like not even close.
Yeah. And
to Baltimore.
It was, but the women in this house are relentless fucking bullies.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite thing. And it's like when it was just me and you working, no one bullied anyone. The second these women show up, fucking.
Yeah. It's intense.
Yeah.
I mean, you started hiring people like 2.5 years ago or something.
Who's the first person I hired after you?
It's all a blur
Let's bring the ladies of the podcast up. Because we're really close to having you play music. I think I have a flight to go catch in 30 minutes. I would love for you to play some of your music so people can hear it, so they can come see you in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
This is a soft offer. You can play with your old guitar or you can play with your new guitar.
What are you talking about?
I want you to have that Taylor.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead serious.
Did you know that was my dream guitar?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Wow.
Of course, buddy.
That's a really expensive guitar. The Taylor here.
Of course. Listen, I bought these guitars with these guys. They picked out their favorite guitars and we just bought them to have in the studio. And
thank you so much.
Thank Christian. Christian was like, well, they were thinking about, they knew they were going to get you. This made me laugh so hard. The women in this house were going to get you a guitar case. Christian goes, it's a great present. But a lot of times you get a guitar case, there's a guitar in it. So it may be a little anticlimactic. And he opens it up and goes, just a case. So
amazing.
So Christian said to me, I said to Leanne, I was like, I want to do something special for him. You've been such literally a fucking integral part of my life for the past 9 years that I was like, I can't just, be like, here's a fucking keychain, And so Christian's like, I was like, why don't we buy him the guitar? And Christian goes, I wouldn't. He was like, he loves that Taylor. Just give him that Taylor. And I was like, fucking done.
Yeah, I play it all the time.
Yeah. And I think it's a great guitar for you to bring to Nashville and inspire every time you look at it, go like, yeah.
Dude, I think I played this guitar with Shinedown. I think I played this with Teddy Swims. That was a fucking awesome moment. Playing the #1 song in the country with the guy.
Yeah.
At the time, that was fucking, thank you so much.
Of course.
Tell him what you were going to do to the back of it. And Christian said maybe not.
I was gonna have it engraved and just with my face. And Christian's like, how about you guys just sign the guitar case? And he can always remember that. So Kyle, we get the guitar case. Everyone in the office signed it.
Oh my God.
And so we've all written on it, sending you with, some positive thoughts to Nashville.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
Of course. I don't know if the editors did, but no one really knows those guys anyway. What are their names? Jace, Trace, and Slappy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What's the guy with the cool hair? We got 2 guys with cool hair and then their brother. They're like Shemp, Curly, and Mo. What are their names? So.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know if Leanne signed it or not. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Christian really has my back, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, no, thank me. I paid for that guitar and I want you to have it. They don't look at them. You're welcome.
Thank you everyone for signing this. Thank you, Bert and Leanne, for buying this guitar
I think
for me.
Sarah bought the silver Sharpie, so thanks Sarah for the Sharpie. But yes, and the bow. But yeah, man, you should have something special that inspires you to play. And
oh my God.
You play that guitar all the time here, you'll think about us, and then maybe write a song called the Manjaro Blues. Are we clapping on this one? I like this. Okay. I'm on my way to the airport. That didn't get higher than I thought, and I'm throwing up in my mouth. That's okay. Maybe we should work together.
I got the
Manjaro Blues.
Sandra, can you?
And I just threw up
please,
on Kyle's shoes.
Turn this off. No. Just hit that power button on that. And then
You can take the kid out of the
framed
studio.
up on that.
Look at this. Oh, he is fucking getting his reel together.
This one's called "Let Me Be Lonely."
Do you want me to dim the lights? We can dim the lights and put lightning on.
No, thank you. That was a post nightmare.
I fucking loved that episode. No one liked that episode.
I loved it. I
thought it was so good.
It was so fun. It was really fun. All right, this one's called "Let Me Be Lonely." I write a lot of songs about deep, dark depression, and difficult times, and I don't know how to write happy songs. So if you like happy songs, don't stream my music.
It's a beautiful day, so they say, and I suppose that I should find my light, but I don't feel alright. Am I a part of the world, or just another open sore that's trying not to bleed? On these empty streets, on these empty streets. If this day is mine, just let me be lonely, let me be. And when my mind is right, I won't be lonely, I won't be lost. I had another bad day, for no reason in my feelings. It's the dark I crave, where no one else can stay. I know I've never been good, the sin is seeping through my skin, so something's gotta change. I'm not myself today, I'm not myself today. If this day is mine, just let me be lonely, let me be. And when my mind is right, I won't be lonely, I won't be low. And I can't let go, 'cause there's chemicals in my way. And I can't let go, 'cause there's chemicals in my way. If this day is mine, just let me be lonely, let me be. And when my mind is right, I won't be lonely, I won't be low. If this day is mine, let me be lonely, just let me be. And when my mind is right, I won't be lonely, I won't be low.
That's great, brother. That's great. First question. Brooklyn, do you feel like you're going to lose him when he goes down there and gets rich and famous and starts dating a bunch of fucking supermodels the way Leanne feels about me?
I look forward to seeing.
Pull that mic right up to you, baby.
I just look forward to the journey together, and I just can't wait. I've seen him grow so much, and I just feel so proud of him. So.
All right, let me ask you another question. I'll let both of you answer, okay? I'm going to start with you and then go to you. Do you think Halston's a better singer, a better songwriter, a better guitarist, or a better podcast producer? I'll go first. Podcast. No, I'm kidding. Your songwriting is always kind of stood out to me. Like your songwriting seems very, It's always very beautiful, but you are really talented. I don't think I've ever really watched you play the guitar.
I've never performed for you before. No.
That would be weird if you did. I was like, it was just me and him, and I was drunk. I was passing out, and he was like, just stay there.
Hey, man, can I show you a song?
Yeah. No, but what do you think? Better singer, songwriter, or guitarist?
That's a great question. I would have to go with singer. He writes incredibly, but his voice has just like the power, his ability to belt. It still gives me shivers when I like listen to some of it. And so I would say singer first, songwriter, and then, podcast producer. Of course, he's amazing with that. But
he's going to get to Nashville and he's going to get offers from everyone to be like, can you do my podcast?
If you think she's seen a single podcast that I've produced, you are out of your mind.
But wait, hold on. This begs another question. How soon between meeting you at Domino's and
careful,
did he what?
Did he
pull out the guitar?
Oh,
what did you think of?
Oh, hey. No, it's all hey.
Wait, what did you've been with me for fucking 9 years. What did you think I was gonna ask? How soon did he pull out the guitar?
I'm trying to think the first time I heard him play.
I don't know.
Was it before or after your first kiss?
After.
It was after, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I used to call him my rock star. And I used to write that. We used to write letters to each other and we'd stick them on our cars when we were at Domino's because we were trying to hide our relationship. We didn't want our hours to get shifted weird. So we would just hide notes on each other's car.
We were flirting, dude.
Yeah.
We were flirting hard.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So can we hear another song, Halston?
This song I wrote this year after going through this crazy low time with my family, my wife and my mom. It's about the depression of going through cancer and cancer treatment and all that stuff. It's called With the Sun because I would go into my mom's room and her curtain would be shut. And I was like, come on, Mama, you can open up the curtains and let the light in, and just trying to be encouraging to her and you can do this, come on. And she would be like, I don't want the sun to wake me up so that she could sleep through the day, so that she could have one less day of pain and suffering and stress and anxiety. And so when she said that, I was like, that's a fucking lyric. And so I wrote this song. It's called With the Sun. And I just released it last week on Spotify, actually. So please stream that now.
Can we start crying?
No. If you want to, you can. But
I've already fucking stopped crying 3 times on this podcast.
I woke up today against my will. Took the easy way, a lukewarm glass and full of pills. A bitter thought began, 'cause you never saw this hell I'm in. Hell I'm in, no, I don't mind. But I'm not fighting. I don't wanna wake up with the sun, so I'll just keep my curtains drawn to keep the light away. But it's all okay, 'cause I got the day to sleep away. Oh. No one understands the weight that tries to keep me laying down. I never want to talk about how I don't like that I'm not fighting. No, I don't want to wake up with the sun, so I'll just keep my curtains drawn to keep the light away. But it's all okay, 'cause I got the day to sleep away. Did you ever feel that you were wrong? No. Did you ever feel that you could live without me? I know I can wake up with the sun, so I can pull these curtains off and let the light shine through. The feeling never stays if I got a day to sleep away. Oh.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
So
Thank you.
What was your answer? Do you think you're a better singer, songwriter, or guitarist?
I work really hard on singing. I really want to be a really, 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 really good singer. And I don't know. I don't know.
I'm really impressed with your guitar playing, and I know you can play guitar, and I always say to you, I always come in sometimes, and I'm like, how do I play this? And then you guys listen to it and play it. But yeah, you're really talented, man.
Thank you very much.
I
I really believe in myself, and I believe that I can be a professional songwriter. And I am writing songs for myself, but I'm just now confident in my abilities.
The truth is, I mean, that you're extremely talented, and when you go into Nashville, I think a high tide rises all boats. And when you get around other songwriters, I think it'll, it's like when I got to New York to start stand up, I knew I could be funny, but I didn't know how. And then as I got funny, I started hanging out with other comics, and then I started learning things. And I was like, oh, that's a tool. And then the hardest work is the work you do by yourself. But I think this move is going to be the best fucking thing for you. I've said to every time I meet a band and they're young, and I'm always like, I can't wait till you're so much bigger than me that you don't return my calls, because that's the key. And I called Goose the other day, and I haven't heard back. So I'm kidding. They texted back immediately, fucking immediately. If you could write songs for one person I've had play on this podcast and don't say Shinedown, because I know you have 2 tramp stamps. Keep it in, not a lie. Now, if you could write songs for one band that I've had play on here, or if there was one band that really impressed the fuck out of you, who would it be that you were like, oh, I never knew them, and that's fucking crazy?
I've been obsessed with Steven Wilson Jr. since he was here.
Right?
Absolutely obsessed.
Right?
The dude, the songwriting, the unique guitar playing, the storytelling, the emotions. Like, I consider myself to be an emotional performer. My goal is to like make people feel and connect with it. And like, Let Me Be Lonely was the first time that I released a song, and I got such a positive feedback of like people connecting to it like crazy, dude. The Shinedown fans that were like all over that song because Brent shared it, like, were absolutely incredible. And it gave me so much confidence. Like, I can do this. I can connect with people. I can write songs that resonate with people. And Steven Wilson Jr. is like, fuck, dude. I'm totally obsessed with him. And I don't want to get into a room with him yet. I'm not ready for that sort of stuff. Like, no.
That's the funnest person to get into a room with. Steven Wilson Jr., you want to talk about perspective? Hey, everyone, put your hands in the air, please, if you could. Thanks. Fucking doing a live podcast. Everyone's texting.
They
Stephen-
listen to the two of us more than anybody. They're like, no, thank
Oh,
you.
they could keep listening to us. Stephen Wilson Jr., 1 year ago, almost to this date, on New Year's Eve, texted me and said, hey, man, I'm trying to get into your New Year's Eve party with Jelly Roll. Can you get me on the list? And he said, they don't know who I am. And I went, of course. And he said, it's me and my wife. And I said, oh, great. I'll have Leanne meet you guys. And he goes, my wife's name's Leanne. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I said, hey, to the producers, I said, can we get, there's my friend. He's a musician in Nashville. His name's Stephen Wilson Jr. And they're like, we can't have anyone else on the list. I said, he is so fucking talented. Trust me. He's a good friend of mine. Can we please get him on the list? And they're like, yeah. And I think Jelly was there. And I think Jelly was like, he's a really good musician. And the guys were like, okay. We brought him in. And Stephen was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. This year, those same producers said, you know Stephen Wilson Jr., right? And I said, yeah. And they said, do you think we could get him to do our show? And I was like, yeah, I think so. So a year, things change.
And
just hear those stories and know that in 1 year, your life can change forever. Red Clay Strays got on stage with me in Nashville and sang acoustic when no one in that room knew who they were.
Yeah.
1 year later, they're at fucking Red Rocks, selling out 2 nights.
It's incredible.
So I want you to just always remember 1 year. 1 year. I'm so excited for your journey.
Thank you, buddy. I love you so much.
I know you do.
I'm going to miss you so fucking much.
I think I'll miss you more.
I just love you guys so fucking much. And you guys have absolutely already changed my life. And I would not be where I am in my life, in my marriage, in anything, if it wasn't for you guys. And
Buddy, that statement is hit right back at you. I owe you more than a guitar. So anytime you ever need me, anytime you promote anything, you got anything to promote, always call. You know how ads get read. And I mean, listen, if I'm doing the podcast by myself, it's just going to be in the middle of the podcast. It won't be an ad read. I'll be like, go, heads up, guys. Halston's got a show in Nashville. Make sure to go support him. But
you've always been so supportive of me. And like, you're so supportive of everybody too. Like, I learned so much about being a good person from you, being a supportive friend.
Like I said, this is an open forum. If you ever need anything, if you ever want to promote anything, obviously 100%. And you know, I already said this, but please milk all my contacts in Nashville and get whatever you can out of them, because it's no fucking use to make friends if you don't fucking, I always say, it's no reason to give me your fucking phone number if I can't call you whenever the fuck I want, Aaron Rodgers.
Amen.
Fucking guy gives me his phone number, never answers his fucking phone. It's like, okay, then just say no. Or give me maybe give me a fake number. That's probably what it is. Hey, I love you, brother.
I love you too, buddy.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.